Yuki Tsunoda has become a hot topic in Formula One lately, but unfortunately, for reasons that aren't positive. After another underwhelming showing at the Barcelona Grand Prix, doubts are growing over whether he's the right fit for the second seat at Red Bull. Currently, the team sits fourth in the constructors' standings, and questions are being raised about whether Red Bull's leadership will finally confront the real issues inside the squad. If they do make a change, who could step in to replace Tsunoda? Finding a solid backup for Sergio Perez has been a challenge for Red Bull. Perez hasn't been spectacular, but he is still the only Red Bull driver besides Max Verstappen to have finished second in a race, which is no small feat given the team's history. When Perez's performance began to drop, many in the F1 community thought his career was on the decline. But with Tsunoda and Liam Lawson's performances recently, it's clear the problem may lie more with the car than the drivers. That said, this doesn't help Tsunoda's position much. Although he still holds a seat at Red Bull, the sport's fast-changing nature means nothing is guaranteed. Helmut Marko recently commented on Tsunoda's struggles in Barcelona, saying it's worrying for the driver's future with the team. Marko noted that Tsunoda was fairly close to Max in pace, but has had some issues, including crashing his own car in Emilia-Romagna. The team is facing spare parts shortages, but even with that considered, Tsunoda's qualifying performances haven't met expectations. The concerns aren't just coming from Marko. Christian Horner has also shared his views on Tsunoda's progress. While he appreciates how Yuki has adjusted to the team, especially compared to Lawson's initial struggles, Horner expected more given Tsunoda's 5 years of experience with Red Bull's junior team, AlphaTauri. That background was supposed to give him an advantage, yet the results haven't quite reflected that so far. What makes things more interesting is that, even though the team seems content with Tsunoda because their main target remains the drivers' championship rather than the constructors', the pressure on Yuki is still intense. Horner even admitted he's unsure if Tsunoda will be racing with Red Bull next year, pointing to the importance of his 2025 performance. He said, "It's early days for Yuki. He's still settling in. He's been into Q3 and scored points, including from the pit lane. There have been some incidents, but he has a long road ahead. We have plenty of time to decide. The team wants to support Tsunoda and help him find a car setup he trusts." Horner emphasized that confidence is crucial in these cars, and that's what Yuki needs to build. "He's fast, but he needs to put all the pieces together," Horner added. Looking at the current driver standings makes the situation even clearer. Tsunoda has significantly fewer points than Liam Lawson, who moved back to the junior team after only 2 races with Red Bull. When Tsunoda was promoted, he had 3 points. Lawson had none. Since then, Lawson has scored 21 points with AlphaTauri, while Tsunoda has only managed 7. Red Bull's promotions are meant to be a step up, not a setback, so this comparison raises eyebrows. Lawson's progress in the junior team shows that Red Bull might soon consider promoting him to the main team's second seat. But it remains to be seen if Lawson would see that as a real step forward, since he is currently the lead driver at AlphaTauri and doing very well. In fact, in the last 2 races, Lawson has earned more points than both Verstappen and Tsunoda combined. This could mean Red Bull's future might lean more towards Lawson if Tsunoda's struggles continue. Max Verstappen has also weighed in on Tsunoda's situation. He suggested that Yuki is getting more criticism than he deserves, given the limitations of the car. According to Max, Tsunoda isn't the problem. Rather, the car isn't performing as needed. He reminded everyone that Yuki has shown strong pace before and was often quicker than Lawson at times. So the struggles probably say more about the machinery than the driver. Jokingly, Verstappen even said that Lawson might need 10 sports psychologists if he moves up to Red Bull, highlighting how tough it can be to handle the pressure. The clear takeaway is that the car isn't easy to manage, and not everyone can match Max's pace or adaptability. On the other hand, Tsunoda is facing serious pressure. His future in Formula One might be at risk if things don't improve soon. A demotion back to AlphaTauri isn't expected since he spent 5 years there already. Christian Horner has made it clear that if Tsunoda doesn't perform well next to Verstappen, Red Bull won't keep him in 2026. Now that Tsunoda has the chance, he's long wanted. It will be interesting to watch how his career develops if he can't meet expectations. The 2026 season could bring some surprises, as other teams like Cadillac are waiting to make their driver decisions carefully. They have Perez and Bottas high on their list, but seem open to considering experienced drivers like Tsunoda. If Tsunoda loses his Red Bull seat, it's uncertain if he will continue racing in F1 at all. Many believe his chances outside Red Bull are slim. Helmut Marko, despite his earlier criticism, thinks Yuki isn't in immediate danger yet, but warned that things can change fast. He pointed out that Tsunoda's car often needs many changes before races, affecting his performance. Christian Horner also highlighted another important factor. Red Bull's cars often face big issues during Friday practice sessions. The team usually manages to fix the problems before qualifying, but it takes some serious setup changes. Max Verstappen adjusts quickly, while Tsunoda needs more laps to get comfortable. Unfortunately, qualifying doesn't give him much time to settle in, which hurts his chances of improving. In Barcelona, Tsunoda's car wasn't even the latest spec because of the crash he had in Imola. This made things even tougher for him. The big question now is whether Liam Lawson is ready to take the step up to Red Bull's main team. Right now, it seems unlikely that Lawson will move beyond being a top driver in AlphaTauri anytime soon. But since he is a Red Bull protege, the goal is always to earn that spot in the top team, no matter the challenges. Even if Lawson struggles against Verstappen, at least he would carry the Red Bull badge. Staying in AlphaTauri means fewer chances for podiums or wins compared to the main Red Bull team. So the next season promises to be a critical time for both Tsunoda and Lawson as they fight for their futures. This situation opens up a lot of questions about Red Bull's driver lineup. What do you think about their choices involving Tsunoda? Is there a chance for him to continue in F1 if Red Bull lets him go? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Once you've done that, check out the video appearing on your screen now for more F1 insights and updates. The pressure on Yuki Tsunoda isn't just about the points or race results. It's also about how quickly he can adapt and show growth under tough circumstances. Red Bull's top brass expects their drivers to not only be fast, but also consistent, able to handle the ever-changing demands of the car and tracks. Unfortunately, for Tsunoda, he has struggled with these aspects this season, making the path ahead uncertain. Comparisons with his teammates only add to the scrutiny. Max Verstappen's exceptional talent and ability to bring out the best in the car highlight Tsunoda's struggles even more. Meanwhile, Liam Lawson's impressive performance at AlphaTauri raises questions about who deserves the chance to fight alongside Max next season. For Tsunoda, time is running out. He has shown flashes of speed, but consistency and confidence behind the wheel have been missing. Christian Horner's comments suggest the team is willing to give him more time, but not indefinitely. The stakes couldn't be higher because if Tsunoda doesn't prove himself soon, he may find doors closing in Formula One. Looking beyond Red Bull, options for Tsunoda appear limited. Other teams like Cadillac are observing but are not rushing decisions, favoring experience and proven results. While Tsunoda has a unique background with 5 years in the Red Bull system, a failed stint in the top team might make it difficult for him to secure another seat. This situation perfectly captures the harsh realities of Formula One, where talent, opportunity, and timing must align. Tsunoda's story is still being written, but the coming months will be crucial in deciding whether he can remain among the sport's elite or fade away from the spotlight. What makes Formula One so unforgiving is that even small mistakes or a few bad races can drastically change a driver's career path. Tsunoda's case is a clear example. Despite being part of one of the most competitive teams, he has not yet delivered the consistent performances expected. The team needs a reliable number 2 driver to support Max Verstappen's championship bid and every race without points or poor finishes increases the pressure on Yuki. Christian Horner's remarks reflect this reality. He recognizes Tsunoda's potential, but is also pragmatic about the challenges ahead. Horner mentioned that confidence behind the wheel is critical and can only be gained through time and experience. However, Formula One's fast pace means there isn't always enough time to wait. Another challenge for Tsunoda is the technical side. Red Bull's car often requires quick adaptations, and Verstappen has a rare ability to handle sudden changes with ease. Tsunoda, on the other hand, needs more laps to adjust, which puts him at a disadvantage in qualifying and races. If Tsunoda can't find a way to accelerate his learning and performance, Red Bull may be forced to look elsewhere. Liam Lawson is already proving himself as a strong candidate, and teams outside Red Bull could also become options, though those opportunities seem limited. In the end, Tsunoda's future depends on how he responds to this pressure and whether he can show improvement. In the remaining races, the coming months will be a test not just of his talent, but also his resilience and mental strength. As the season moves forward, all eyes will be on Yuki Tsunoda. This is more than just about race results. It's about proving he belongs in Formula One's top tier. The spotlight is intense, and every weekend counts for him. Red Bull's decision on his future will depend heavily on how he handles this critical period. The team has made it clear that their focus is on the Drivers' Championship, and they need both seats filled by strong performers. If Tsunoda doesn't step up, the door may close for him in Red Bull and possibly the sport altogether. But if he can find his rhythm and deliver solid finishes, there's still a chance to secure his place. Meanwhile, other drivers like Liam Lawson are waiting in the wings, ready to seize any opportunity. The competition within the Red Bull program is fierce, and only those who can consistently deliver will keep their spot. In the end, Tsunoda's journey reflects the tough reality of Formula One. Talent alone isn't enough. Consistency, adaptability, and mental toughness are just as crucial. Whether he can rise to the challenge remains to be seen. For fans and followers of F1, this is a storyline worth watching closely. The next few races could define Tsunoda's career path and shape the future of Red Bull's driver lineup. What's your take on this? Do you think Tsunoda will turn things around, or is it time for Red Bull to consider other options? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to check out the next video for more updates on the world of Formula One.